Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you a few things that I've really been enjoying with my new Miele Earth Vacuum Cleaner. As you may have read on the site, I do have a full review of this that kind of compares some of the advantages and disadvantages of both the bagless versus bag comparison, as well as the canister versus upright comparison. So make sure you take a look at those to understand some of the reasons I bought this particular unit. Rather than give you an entire rundown of everything I talked about, there's my kitty, everything I talked about in my written review, I just wanted to talk about probably my 5 favorite features that I like most about my Miele here. The first one I think is probably one of the biggest reasons to buy a Miele, and that's the filtration in the bag. The filtration on the Miele is second to none. Take a look on YouTube for like Miele filtration or Miele particles or something like that, and you'll understand a little bit more why. But the basic gist of it is, with a typical vacuum, if you have leaks in the system, air leaks in the system somewhere before your filter, obviously not all your air hits the filter, and therefore you're not cleaning 99.9% of the particles or whatever it is out of the air. The other thing is, with like a bagless unit, when you go to empty your bag or your canister, I guess, you dump that in the garbage can, and there's a poof of dust, and there goes all your particles back into the air. So with some of the other typical units, the filtration, the HEPA filtration is not so good. So this is great. And the thing about this is, you've got the bag in here, holds a lot more, holds, I would say, 20 times as much as the canister on my Dyson held, and it's got a little flap right here that's spring loaded, so as soon as I open this up, it kind of seals itself off, so you have very little in terms of dust floating back into the air. So that's a really cool feature, and I like the ability to just take the bag out, no mess, put a new bag in, you're good to go with no dust in the air. My next favorite feature about the Miele is the cord winder. So as you can see, the cord is all kept on board, and I could pull this entire cord out and do that. Okay, so I pulled the entire cord out, and to rewind this, all I'm going to do is hold an end and push the rewind button, and you can see that I've now rewound the entire cord in about 3 seconds, as opposed to trying to wind it around a typical vacuum. So that's awesome. Next thing I love about this thing is it's got really low clearance. So even with the upgraded brush head that I bought here, what you'll see is I can actually, hope you can see that, but I can actually tip it all the way down so that the handle is off to the side here, and this thing will clear about 3 or 4 inches underneath furniture. So there's just absolutely no way I could have ever done that with a Dyson or any upright that I've seen. You can see my ottoman here. I can actually clean underneath my ottoman with my Miele without moving it, which is awesome. The next thing is it's quiet. Let me give you just a really quick example of that, because I'm sure a lot of you guys want to just hear what one of these sounded like. Let me plug this in. Okay. So first I'll turn on just the unit, and this particular unit has an auto mode for auto power on the motor. So I'll leave it in auto mode so you can hear just the vacuum, and then separately I'll turn on the brush head so you can see what both of them sound like together. So here's just the vacuum first. Okay, so that's just the vacuum, and I can actually hold a pretty reasonable conversation with somebody with just the vacuum on. It's much quieter than other vacuums that I've heard, any other vacuum I've ever heard. Now let me turn the brush roll on, which will make it a little bit noisier, but still relatively quiet. Okay, so obviously there's another motor running now, and you can hear what it sounds like. But compared to any other vacuum I've ever owned or heard, it's actually very quiet. And finally, actually I'll leave it plugged in for now. Finally, the last feature that I really like about it is that these power brushes have an automatic shut-off feature if you accidentally suck up like your area rug or your welcome mat or something, which I do typically because I like to vacuum my welcome mat. And if you suck up the corner of one of those, you may have experienced the sound of your, I think it's your clutch in your vacuum making a grinding sound. So with my Dyson, I would suck that up on accident sometimes, and it would make a really loud ratcheting sound. Sounded like I was in a gunfight kind of, which is a little bit scary. It's really obnoxious. With this guy, the brush head will just turn off and give you a little red light over here, and then I just pull out the rug that I started sucking up and push reset, and I'm ready to go again. So if something like that happens on this, it's kind of made to handle it a lot more robustly. So those are the top features I really enjoy with my Miele. For more details, please read the written review. It gives a lot more, again, comparison, bagless, bagged, canister, upright, and even some more details about comparing something like this to the Dyson. So, hope this helped. Thanks for watching.